Quentin hadn't planned on spending the rest of his afternoon or morning or whatever this was taking a standardized test on an unknown subject at an unknown educational institution in some unknown alternate climate zone where it was still summer. He was supposed to be in Brooklyn, freezing his ass off and being interviewed by some random senior citizen currently deceased. But the logic of his immediate circumstances was overwhelming his other concerns, however well-founded they might be. He had never been one to argue with logic.
All right, to recap. So we got our main dude, Quentin Coldwater, and he's kind of sad and unhappy. You know?
I feel like you're gonna say that a lot.
That's who Quentin Coldwater is, a sad and unhappy, but very privileged white high school male who's got everything that you think you could want, except for a girlfriend.
Okay. And slip into this magical school.
Yeah. Hogwarts U or something like that.
Nah, not Hogwarts. Break Bills.
Break Bills, yeah.
It's called Break Bills. So they slip into Break Bills.
This girl named Alice who's like a beast. She's super smart and just knows stuff. And he also meets Penny. So they form a kind of little group of like super smart kids.
What's his name?
Penny.
Penny. I wouldn't call him a buddy, but there's like a little trio. And Alice and Quentin make it through their first year.
Yeah, they actually get promoted to the second year in the middle of the first year.
The second year in the middle of the first year.
Yep.
Right? But Penny doesn't. So Penny's pissed off at Quentin. He's like jealous or whatever. So he comes and he beats Quentin's ass in front of everybody.
A-Town stomp with me? No way.
And then basically come to find out that, he was just upset because, I thought we were cool, but you two get promoted and I don't. Like, why y'all ain't help your boy out? Why y'all ain't kind of bring me, up the ladder as well?
Yeah. And so, and after that, I think he kind of starts reading the books again, right?
So Quentin starts reading the Fillory books again. He gets, I don't know, he just, he's in love with the story.
He's
geeking out on it.
Amber, you're such a fool. Oh my gosh. God, never ceased to amaze me. It's my favorite part. Oh, Amber. Oh my gosh. So much.
And so he starts to fall in love with the specific character, which is the main character, right?
Yeah.
Martin Chatwin. Yeah. Falls in love with Martin Chatwin. He's just so enamored with this character in these books. Yeah. And Q Coldwater decides to play a prank on a teacher.
Right.
So when he plays this prank, his dumb ass, not knowing what he's doing, ends up summoning this badass super monster being. Shows up and eats one of his damn classmates, right?
The Beast is the name.
The Beast.
They've dubbed him the Beast.
They dubbed him the Beast.
Yeah.
So the Beast shows up, eats one of his classmates, right? And so then what happens is the principal, we're gonna call him headmaster,
the dean.
The dean shows up and basically tells them like, oh yeah, by the way, there's some other worlds out there where motherfuckers is bad as hell. So watch out.
Right. Part of the fourth year curriculum is you have to turn into a goose and then fly to Antarctica. They need to feel magic. To him, magic comes from the deek.
The deek.
The deek, as he says. You gotta feel it.
It's from the book. You need to do more than memorize, Quentin. You must learn the principles of magic with more than your head. You must learn with your bones, with your blood, your liver, your heart, your deek. He grabbed his crotch through his dressing gown and gave it a shake. We are going to submerge the language of spellcasting deep into who you are. so that you will have it always, wherever you are, wherever you need it, not just when you have studied it for a test.
Animals, Quentin and Alice turn into some foxes, Arctic foxes, because they're in Antarctica, and they prancing around, and they end up smashing wild foxes. They banging furries.
So then he runs into, guess who? Julia. So you remember Julia, right? Julia was the baddie joint that was his best friend's girl that he wanted to smash.
Exactly.
But it was his best friend, so he ain't try to smang her, but he wouldn't have been able to get it anyway because he was kind of...
He was a dopey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So runs into her, and come to find out that she was actually, when he thought he saw her, he really did see her.
She was there.
She was there.
Yeah.
So she was at the sorting hat for Hogwarts University.
Break bills.
So she was taking her entry exams, but she didn't pass. And so what happens is if you don't pass, what they're supposed to do is like Men in Black. They're supposed to hit you with the neuralizer.
Yeah.
Hit you with the neuralizer, and you're supposed to be good, like not remember.
Yeah.
It ain't work on her for some reason. So like this whole time, she's like trying to learn magic or whatever. So when he first saw her that one time when he was on break or like out of school or whatever, he saw her, she was looking a little worse for the wear. This time she itching, she like, you know what I'm saying, she doing whatever to learn some damn magic.
Some tricks.
She trying to learn some tricks. Cause she like, so she tries to show him like some little magic that she's learned to this point. And it's like, and she lights a match or something.
Some
basic shit.
Some very basic.
And he out here turning it into foxes and banging. So,
right?
They graduated now, and so there's Quentin and what's his homeboy? Elliot. So Quentin and Elliot just out in the town. They have so much magic and power at their fingertips.
Do anything.
They could do anything. Like imagine if you graduated magical school and you could do just all types of magic, and then you get released into the real world, and there's no like, they don't limit you like in Hogwarts or in Harry Potter where it's like, you can't use magic in front of the muggles and blah, 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 blah. You gotta live in the magical world.
Exactly.
Nah, you can live in New York City.
Yeah.
So what they do?
What they do, man?
They become druggies and party hopping and druggies
and alcoholics.
That's what they do. And ends up getting so drunk one night that he tries to go stick his magic wand into Janet.
Yeah.
Stick his magic wand into Janet. And so just so happened that Elliot with one L was kind of in the mix. So he kind of ended up there too. So we don't know. And so so they wake up in the morning and let me go see what my boo Quentin doing today. What are these people in the bed? Oh hell nah, you bet not be messing around on me. Who are these bitches?
I don't know what happened, Alice. I promise you, I was just reading Fillory, and I don't know how they got there, Alice. I don't know what happened.
And that's his
post-graduation life,
life.
Drinking and cheating on his girlfriend with her arch enemy.
Yeah.
But Penny busts through like, yo, my best buddy. He's like, what up? He's like, yo, I just bought this magic button for $80,000. And the group is like, what, why? What are you telling us that for? He's like, y'all don't understand. This magic button can take us anywhere in the world, and you know where I want to go, right? And Quentin, you know I want to go, right? Quentin's like, man, I hate you. And so he's like, well, let's go to Fillory. You know, after he busts in the room and I think he backhands Ember, and then he eats Penny's hands, and then he's like, look, y'all can give me this magical button, or I'm gonna eat everybody's ass in this room. Like, he ain't playing. And so Quentin, he tries to help out, but he gets ate up too. I think my man Martin like eats half of his shoulder. So Alice comes in, and she comes in like fucking Houdini mixed with Dumbledore. She's out here throwing spells, throwing tricks, just giving Martin that work, and he's like on the defensive end, like she's piecing him up, and everybody else trying to help out too, but they more like Ron Weasley, like they got that half broken wand, they throwing some tricks, but they not really helping.
They only got the little light so they don't get lost.
Exactly,
because Dumbledore know their ass is gonna run away.
Exactly.
So into our thoughts on the book and how we were recommending and grade it.
Yeah. So on a 5-point scale, 5-star scale, I believe, this is a 3-star book. I think when I was scrolling through, running through Barnes and Nobles, I think it was advertised as, the adult Harry Potter. This is Harry Potter for adults. And, because I'm susceptible to that type of genre of whatnot, I was like, you know what, maybe I'll give it a shot. I think it is kind of like low fantasy, soft magic system, kind of like Harry Potter as well. But my biggest issue was Quentin. Quentin as a protagonist he just didn't do it for me. He was a blah protagonist. This is one of the situations where I personally felt that the supporting cast was way better than the main guy. Like, I was a big fan of Alice. I liked Elliot. I liked Penny. They were more entertaining to me than Quentin. But we saw everything through Quentin's eyes, so that was what we had, and I think that made it go down for me.
For a book of a character that I invest so much time into, I just don't want my main character to be so blah. Quentin, he never even really acknowledged his faults. He's just like, oh well, this is just it is. I'm sad, and this is. I don't think we get that triumph into the last 10 pages.
Yeah.
Of the third book.
Yeah. So
of the series, so. Yeah.
And I actually have to say something that I rarely say, and I think many book people say, you always see a movie or a TV show based off a book, and 99 times out of 100, you're like, oh, the book is better. Read always. The source material. The book is better. This might be a point for the sci-fi TV show. I've only watched a couple seasons. I need to catch up on the last 2 seasons. But I think the TV show is better than the book.
So much better.
And I like, seeing, Elliot's point of view or Penny or, and Julia. So I think the show actually does a better job, in my opinion, because we're not just focused on Quentin.
I agree.
So
I think even because a lot of times most of the times we get a book, we'll kind of try to read the reviews on it to see where people stand on it.
Yeah.
And this one was one that was it was broken in 2 camps. Either people hated it or people loved it.
Yeah.
And it's hard because rereading it to do the review, it's man, I remember hating this book, but when I reread it, I'm like, oh, okay, it's cool, it's not that bad, but then Quentin just derails the whole thing. It's he makes this could be a 4.
Yeah, it could be.
It could be a 4 because when I reread it, it made me feel like I was in college again. I was this is life, and I think even we read all 3 books.
Yeah.
And I think the second book, I think it got so bad for Quentin that I almost didn't want to finish it, but he was like, man, just keep going. Let's try to finish it.
I have a hard time once we invest halfway into the book. I don't want to drop it. I know.
I'll drop I know a bad habit. I don't care.
And it's also good. We love community reading too. So I was like, man, if you drop the book, I might drop the book, man. So just come on, keep reading it so we can finish it. And I think 3rd book it got a little bit better.
3rd book was better, yeah.
But that first book was tough to get through, and the second one was tough.
Was terrible. But anyway, 3 out of 5 stars.
Yeah. If you young adult, if you're itching for some soft magic system, real world type of things, you might can give The Magicians a shot.
It's The Magicians is the CW version of Harry Potter.
Yes, that's a good point.
Exactly.
Because it has that Vampire Diaries type of feel, right?
It's real adults with some kids that be acting mad adult.
Yeah. They've done a lot more than just start.
Could have a little bit more fun. Just going out there drinking and bar hopping and stuff.
No people do that without no magic powers. But yeah.
And then we mentioned the author. I think I read something that the author was actually depressed when he was writing this book.
Yeah.
So
and it shows.
It shows through the main character. So if this helped him get through that time,
cathartic, maybe.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying, it was a good way for him to release that onto the page, because my man's was terrible to read.
Yeah.
He was just a drag.
Yes.
So I hope he got his depression out.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah. So but yeah, that's all we got on The Magicians. You know, if you want to see us read similar books, let us know in the comments below. Any other YA or super adult, like real adult books you might want us to read, you know. But otherwise, we appreciate y'all watching. You know, if you enjoyed, also give us a like, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, so you know when our new content's coming.
That's it.
See you in the next one. Alice, I don't know what happened, Alice. Alice, I promise you, I was just reading Fillory, and I don't know how they got there, Alice. I don't know what happened. Climax the book, it's so good. I just love Fillory. I wish I can go one day.